Ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́, ẹ káàsán, ẹ káàárọ̀ níbikíbi tẹ́ tí ń wò mí. Orúkọ mi ni Yeye Ajetomiwa Omolola. Good evening. My name is Yeye Ajetomiwa Omolola. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, wherever it is you're watching me from. I wanted to share a little bit of alchemy today on how you can do your own spiritual cleansing from home. A lot of people have reached out to me in terms of how do you do spiritual cleansing, and I'll be showing it to you today. In order for you to conduct your spiritual cleansing, one of the first things you need to get is a bucket. So I have two types of bucket. I love these because they're easy to carry. I got these from Home Depot. Home Depot, Lowe's, or Walmart will have these buckets. So you have a bucket that you only use for spiritual cleansing. So this will only be used. So this bucket should not be used for anything else other than spiritual cleansing. So you get your white bucket. If you can't find white, you can get blue. The second thing you need to get is a coconut. So you get a coconut because coconut has 3 eyes. And we'll talk a little bit about the significance of coconut in any type of spiritual work. This is a local sponge, the Nigerian African local sponge. So let me bring this close to the camera so you see. You can find this at any African store. And if you're in Nigeria, you can find this in the market. This is a white coconut. It has a lot more water. You can hear it. It has more water, so I prefer, and for spiritual work, I like white coconuts because it has more water. The other item, this is sulphur. So this is from Nigeria. This is sulphur. You can get this in powdered form. I just wanted to show you all what it looks like in regular form. So you can get this already in powder form, or you can get it like this. You can just try to use something to grind it up yourself. The fifth item, this is camphor. This is camphor squares. I'm not sure, maybe about 8 in there. So you can see this is also from Nigeria, but they sell them here in the US, or they sell them in UK, they sell them in Europe, they sell them everywhere. But it's so important for you to get these type square camphor tablets. I got this. This is the box from which it came from. Come in this box so you can see the brand. It says here, says made in Nigeria, and that's got the NAFDAC number. This is Alata Samina. This is a traditional herbal soap. This is from Ghana, but they sell it in Nigeria. And I think they sell them in the stores here in the US as well. You can get this because it's easy to scoop. You can see I've been scooping a lot of it out. So this Alata Samina is a natural African black soap that you can use. It's easy to scoop that soap in here. You want a scoopable soap, so that it'll be easy for you to like. So here's what it looks like. So it'd be easy for you to take and put on your sponge. You want a black soap that has this consistency, brown soap, African traditional soap, just like this. The next item here is sea salt. You can use any type of sea salt. I got this from Walmart. But sea salt is important to use as opposed to using table salt or cooking salt. So if you have access to sea salt, that'll be great. If not, you can use whatever salt you have, but try to locate you some sea salt. The next item to use, these are cowrie shells. Now, these are natural cowrie shells from Nigeria. This is cowrie shells from the Nigerian sea. So if you have, because there's a lot of fake cowries out there, if you have access to cowries, natural cowries, then go ahead. If not, then just skip it altogether. Don't use plastic cowrie shells to do your spiritual cleansing. So it looks like that. It would always have some type of ring at the bottom. That's how you know it's an original cowrie shell. It would have this ring at the bottom of it. So they all normally have it, no matter how faint. This is covered in effluent, that's why it's all powdery, but it would always have this gold ring at the bottom, either gold or some of it might be purple. So you want original cowrie shells for your spiritual cleansing as well. Next is this gin. So you can use any gin, any type of gin. Make sure it's dry gin. You have all kinds of dry gins, but this is Beefeaters, but you can use any type of dry gin. You can see I've used it quite a lot. But you always, if you're a spiritualist practicing traditional Yoruba spirituality, you must always have gin in your house. Always. This is Miss Paris perfume. This is also Nigerian. This is a 1000 ml bottle, but we also have the one for 110 ml. We have different sizes, but if you're in Nigeria, you know how to get this. But if you are not, so this speaks to my multiple viewers in different parts of the world. If you're in the US, you can get Florida water, you can get gin. If you're in Nigeria or you're in UK, you can get Miss Paris and you can get gin. So it just depends on what you don't need both of them. You just need either or. You just need some type of spiritual perfume. Florida water, Miss Paris, and gin. So gin is always there. You need Florida water. You need Miss Paris or Florida, either or. Not all three, but 2 out of all these 3 for the alcohol and perfume that goes in your water. If you can't find Village Fresh, Alata Samina, African black soap, you can get Cottage Fresh. They're both from Ghana. They're both black soaps. This one is just a different scent, a different company. This is also a different company, but they're both black soaps from Ghana. Any type of herbal black soap was good with this sponge, okay? The last item is an egg. I did a video on egg cleansing, so you can go back and watch that video. So for your spiritual cleanse, you want to definitely have an egg. Last item is your candle. So this candle, you can get a candle from IKEA, from the dollar store, the Dollar Tree, any type of white. It has to be white candle. White candle. So essentially, these are all the things you need for a very thorough, good spiritual cleanse that you can have access to yourself without going to any babalawo or yanifa to give you anything. You can get these items yourself, either online or go into a store. Next up is telling you how to do this. So you get your bucket, you fill this up with water. You fill this up with water, maybe about halfway full. You put a little bit of gin, then a little bit of Florida water. So if you don't have Florida water, you go for your Miss Paris. Miss Paris. The Nigerians would say Miss Paris. You put a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of this in the water. Then you take about 3 squares here. 3 squares. You can see this is 1, 2, and 3. And it's soft, so you would wrinkle it into the water. And you would take, this is the last. You don't need to use this until you're done. You take this in powder form and you put like a tablespoon or a teaspoon. You take some of the soap, you put it on the sponge, you empty the water in this in your bucket. You take some salt, you put it in there. You take about maybe 1 cowrie shell and put in your bucket. I'll continue this in another video.